Hi, everybody. In the first part of this recording, we looked at a concept that I'm calling our superpower. And today we're going to look at an email from someone asking really about this concept and why on earth would we put ourselves through it. Hi, Clem. Since rereading your book and speaking with you, I've been sitting still in the discomfort and also seeing where I numb, distract, and run away from it. The result has been way more time spent in absolute rage and sadness than ever before, and seemingly more destructive to my relationships than deepening them. Less peace and quiet and lovely feelings. I'm used to ignoring myself until I get over myself and not giving any time or space to the dark side. So I'm confused about why I would want to spend 3 months spent going deep into distress, except for the fact that I sense there's a brighter light than I've ever seen that is only possible by going through the dark tunnel, which is what keeps me considering it. But now I'm pissed off because I was kind of okay on this side of the tunnel until you came along. Damn you, Claire Diamond. Yes. Yes, I get it. And why would we? And there's a lot of teachers that say we don't need to. We don't need to because the truth of our being, the presence, the awareness, the love, that's all there is, and that is enough to really make anything else completely irrelevant. So don't bother with the dark side. Don't investigate anything. Don't sit in anything. Just keep coming back to what's true. Yes, I agree with that to some extent. And at the same time, there are areas of our life which are an ongoing source of suffering. They are areas where we are daily or hourly, even minutely, confronted by events in our reality that we resist, by events in ourselves that we resist, by emotions that we don't know what to do with, by conflict, by obstacles, by obstruction, by limitation, and it's not going away. And within those experiences, there is a sense of our ultimate truth, that there is something here in these areas that we, as they become assimilated and understood and healed, will be areas of our life in which there is a shining voice of authenticity, where there is ultimate love, where there is an incredible capacity to relate to others who are similarly going through that sort of obstruction. And these things aren't going away. And when our daily life is an ongoing experience of conflict where we know there is love, we know it, or toxic patterns where underneath it we know our whole being is health, or withdrawal and limitation, hiding away, pretense, when underneath it we know there is freedom of expression and authenticity. And yet we can't seem to find our way. And the suffering contained in it is so great because it is so anomalous to the deep known freedom underneath these things, that all we can do is go round the edges of it. These things aren't going away, and it might be things, you know, like habits, like addictions, like fractious relationships, like toxicity in our life, like pretense, like violence, like harm. It's not going anywhere. And then we engage in a conversation about reality and non-duality, and oh, thank God, we've got a get out. We've got a way in which we can exit this whole situation without going anywhere near it. We exit it. And we have these nice feelings, and we sit in a nice meeting, and we read a nice book, and we feel happy. But that happiness is the happiness of a drug. It's the happiness of a glass of wine after a shit day. It's not doing anything. It's an escape, or it's a mini reward that is essentially the thing that is keeping in place this unexplored, unhealed, inauthentic, toxic set of beliefs and defenses and wounds that aren't going anywhere. So the search through spirituality, or three principles, or non-duality for the nice feeling is problematic. There's no difference between searching for a nice feeling through spiritual teachings or searching for a nice feeling through a bottle of wine or a chocolate bar or sex or gambling or scrolling or online shopping. There's no difference. It's an escape, because until we are ready to actually sit in the discomfort of our projections, in the suffering of our wounds, we're living a fractured, misaligned, inauthentic life, really. Yeah. And it's interesting what the email was saying about, now I'm more angry, now I'm more fearful, and now these relationships are worse. That's hard to know, really. There's a lovely quote from there's this guy, Mark Groves, who talks about relationships, and he said, we don't know what is a healthy relationship if we've only ever experienced unhealthy relationships. So a healthy relationship might look like one where everything is shiny and bright and peaceful, and we're all happy. That, you know, there's in a way that's also an escape place. What we need, really, and this is what we look at through the superpower concept, is how to sit in the discomfort of that anger. You know, that's sort of progress to feel anger. We might have spent our entire lives pressing anger away. Our entire way of life now might be a means of pressing anger away. And now we're feeling anger. Awesome. And through this concept, through this program that we're looking at, we sit in the anger. We have in that curiosity about what the anger is, about where in the body it is. We allow it to be felt. That's so crucial, to allow it in, to allow that feeling. It's like trying to hold back a storm. We just let it in, feel it in every cell of the body. And at the same time, there might be a sense of that thread that goes all the way back from this present moment, all the elements of this present moment, all the way back. And in sitting here now in this anger, there maybe for the first time is a shift from holding all these emotions at bay that we cannot bear to experience while maintaining all the beliefs about who I am and who they are, and how people need to be, and what's okay to feel, what's not okay to feel. Now there's a shift because we're feeling the anger, and at the same time we're actually present to, not lost in, present to that whole projected reality, which is coming from wounds. It's coming from those shocks to the system that create this survival idea around separation and around us versus them. So now we're sitting in it. And through that process, the whole system is coming into reality. And there's elements that we look at in the program, such as total accountability for every word, every action, total ownership, really above all, feeling the sensations within the body, allowing them in, recognition, expressing honestly what's going on for us in that moment. These are things that allow a realignment back to reality. We're not holding ourselves in this sort of happy land of unquestioned, learned ideas about how we have to be. We are feeling what is there to be felt. And that judgment of how we should be is over now, because now there is just being, feeling, owning, exploring, and out through that there is an experience of what we are, an ongoing lived experience of what we are that is completely aligned to the truth of us. And there is an intimacy and an engagement with the world that is now a relationship with the truth of the world, not with the projected version of it. So yes, so where the email said, why I would want to spend 3 months going deeper into distress, except for the fact I sense there's a brighter light than I've ever seen that is only possible by going through the dark tunnel. Yeah, it's being with what is there to be felt, healed, reconciled, acknowledged, and now we're truthful. Now we live our work, our lives, our relationships from the wholeness of us, not from this sort of separated out, defined, shiny version of us. It's the wholeness of us, and that allows everyone else to do the same, and that is a world becoming sane. Yeah. So thank you for that honest question. Damn you, Claire Diamond. Yeah, and we know it. Like, we rail against it. We don't want to do these things because we spent our lives avoiding them. But deep down, really deep down, we know that these are the gateway to a truth that we have not known since before we were born, really. Yeah. So thank you. So much love. Bye.